Okay, this is it. This was a very frosty morning, second day for the tournament, but unfortunately my car said to me, I don't think you're going anywhere today. So it didn't actually start, didn't turn over, couldn't get it to move at all in any way, shape or form. So I've had to basically withdraw from the competition because I couldn't get there. So I'm playing these games here. I'm really disappointed because I was looking to try and get my 50-50 mark at least. Um, and it was a good tournament, good games that I had. You know, the two losses that I'd had, I took a bye earlier on the Friday. Um, but usually we do kind of come back in a sense sometimes in these game tournaments, but other times maybe not. But yeah, so I'm a little bit annoyed. So I'm going to play two games here against hopefully players who can, really give it to me. Um, just like in the original two games that we played. So let's see how we get on. I'm going to capture here. It's a 15-minute, 10-second game. The tournament games are 90 minutes and 30-second increment. But I don't think I'll get many takers if I put that type of time in online. So I'm going to bring the bishop through, defending the knight. And that's an interesting. So we'll just develop our knight now. So we'll hopefully maybe get castled. Don't want to rush it too much, but it is a different feel playing online. So we're going to just bring our bishop through because we want to go on castle. So don't want to delay any of that. So it's nice at least that they're out there attacking. They look fairly okay, look strong. I don't want any silly mistakes from them. I want them to really give it to me, and we'll see how we would have fared in the second half of the tournament. Okay, so let's castle. That's what we wanted to do. So I don't know if you can tell in my voice, but yes, I am very, very annoyed. Small piece attacking the higher piece, king side first. Let's attack this bishop. Small piece attacking a higher piece. Other side of the board. Okay, so both bishops jumping back. So let's attack this bishop maybe. Or if we attack this bishop, he comes here, then he's got this kind of a, not annoying situation, but he can sit there for quite a while. And so we do like doing this one. In the meantime, let's go for the bishop. And go for the bishop again, do we? Knight takes and the bishop's attacking. Let's attack this bishop now. See if it's going to happen or if they're going to go for the impenetrable. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, so we'll capture here. Might want to get my pawn here now, stopping any activity with the knights, but not going to lose too much sleep because this pawn is going to be supported by the queen. Don't really want to fall into them apples. So let's bring it back. Slow my brain down now. I'm quite pleased with this. This feels realistic enough for me. Now let's put some thought in. What did we learn from those last games? Got to trust the calculation. So time to calculate. My brain is really looking at hitting this pawn. Why? Because we've got 1, 2, 3 pieces on there. He doesn't have to take, he can push down, but we can capture, so I don't really see a problem with that. Where's his knight looking to go? Can't come in here, so I feel this f-pawn is the one. I'm going to trust my calculation and not change it. In fact, there's only a few games that I really have changed my whole thought process on chess. We've covered them in the past and they will be coming back on again. I'm just doing a little bit of, cleansing of my channel. So they will be back on again. Basically, how the answer process was developed for myself. It's nothing grand, it's just for me. So the queen's come down, supporting the pawn. Pawn can still capture. Am I giving him strength by actually pushing? But if I push past, so it's elevating the pawn, it's giving space for my queen. But what's my queen doing? If we take, his queen can take rather than the pawn, so he's probably not looking to, and then he's looking maybe to greedy munch here. That makes it a little bit, don't know if that gives them more weight than me. I don't have to take at all, I can do something else. I can move the knight, bring the knight around, attack his knight. Is that too much? Keeping tension sometimes is good, but sometimes it's not too good because he has a knight and then he's got his queen supporting. We've got 3 pieces on there at the minute, so if he did take, he would lose out. So we do probably have time to bring the knight here, but then if we did come here, we've only got 2 pieces on there and he's got 3 pieces attacking, so his knight doesn't have to exchange, he could just take the pawn off the board. So in essence, I think simplifying is going to, oh, that's what we did last time, simplifying. My brain just went to simplify and then I ended up in a bad position. I'm not looking at simplifying here. Based on the calculation, I think this gives me a better position. So this isn't an attempt at simplifying. Right, so it does give me a better position because my knight can obviously come now and attack the queen. Small piece attacking a higher piece. Then we can cycle around and attack their knight if need be. But that's a mortar set thing, so I'll just hang fire. So they've actually come for the pawn. That's greedy munching the pawn. But we get the pawn back because the rook comes here. I didn't really expect that they would, but they have done. So our rook gets the pawn up here if the queen isn't trapped already. Looks like it doesn't have anywhere to go, you know. Goes there, the knight, or the queen takes it. Goes here, the knight takes it. If it goes here, the knight takes it. So it's kind of trapped. Ouch. So it's going to have to go down fighting into it somehow. What, he's looking for an attack on our queen. Does his knight have an attack on our queen? No, he's going to have to sacrifice and just take a piece off the board. Has he got a check on my king? No. Damn, that's kind of ended a little bit quick. Oh, that's not right. It was going so well as well. And this was basically an accidental trapping of their queen. Greedy munching these pawns. It's not a good thing. So it's had to take. So we'll take with the rook and we're on the pawn. Looks like they're still playing. Alright, they're still playing on. And they're a higher rated player than me, so they're going to try and claw something back. So at this point here, we probably just need to take a breather now because they're just going to come out all crazy. Have a look at the situation. I was going to come here, but he's brought his knight there. Did he just actually capture something? Did he when he did that? No, he didn't. So we do have space here, but we can't get to it. Looking to charge down our queen. Knight doesn't have any defense on. Rook could come here, but he simply defends. But we could just take the pawn anyway with the rook. So what was the whole idea behind this knight move? So you got to check on my king. Is he? What's he doing? Knight? No, no. I want to see the picture as to what he's. Oh, is he just opening this up for the rook, maybe? Or is he going to go for a 2-on-1? No, I don't see it. I don't see it yet. I want to see it now though, because these things creep up on me. I'm taking this breather because we got their major piece off the board, but are we in a better position? Rook takes the pawn, so we know greedy munching is usually quite bad. Okay, let's take. I've looked at all the, I mean, the only thing is it could just go for an exchange, but we'll just take that off the board if that happens. And it could lock in our rook, but then we can just take a pawn here. All these things I've kind of looked at. Knight comes here, again we can just bring the rook back down. Still a bit bemused by this knight move. There must have been a reason for that knight move. I can't see it yet. Power base probably looking to own this file with the rooks coming down here, get them working together, powering against the queen and also the king. So he's moved one pawn. Still want to be proactive. Can't go there. It's nice at covering some nice squares actually, you know. I mean, it's stopping my queen from getting into some sort of activity. I'm gonna have to push this pawn onto here. Small piece attacking the higher piece just to see what it wants to do. Could jump here and knight takes. I think we're going with these simple direct moves to remove pieces from the board strategically. Where am I sending the knight to? Areas seem to be guarded, so he's not coming this way, so he's either going backwards. It's not going there, so he's going to go backwards. You'd think anyway. So smaller piece attacking the higher piece. Let's go with that. So we know the, oh yeah, he's gone for the blockage. It's gone for the blockage, but the pawn can still attack the knight, and then obviously the knight just jumps back again to the same position. Is there something better for the rook? Could come and attack the pawn. Am I trapping the rook? I'm going to attack the pawn. What's this knight? This, we've covered these knight angles. That's not working yet. There's nothing worse than falling for these knight maneuvers. Okay, I'm going to attack the pawn. We attack the pawn, the knight can come and defend. If he does that, the rook takes him off the board. Don't see that's going to happen, I don't think. So I'm going to attack the pawn, a small attack, hopefully giving them something to think about. But I'm really not improving my attacking potential, although I am really. It's small attack here, I can't complain. And we said, well, if we're going to go for an exchange, we'll just take the rooks off the board, so I don't really see a problem with that. Is there anything better that we could do in the meantime? No, just take the rook off the board. Does this give us space to get our queen here to try and get around the back at some sort? Not yet, because the rook's going to be there. Could we come this way, attacking the pawn and also attacking the knight? So 2 attacks, because the rook's going to, oh, in fact the knight might take. The knight might take, so he's keeping protection of the pawn here. We can still come with the queen anyway, attacking the knight. Oh, he's not done that. So I'm actually bringing the queen here, attacking the pawn and also the knight. So it's giving them 2 things to think about, but still be steady. Don't want to get my queen trapped for some reason. So I've gone into a deep tank on this one. We'll have to check the evaluation after this one, but felt fairly comfortable. So if I go greedy munching, got to bear in mind now, do I trap my king, queen or not? If I take the pawn, then I'm actually on his knight as well. So what can defend? Well, the knight can't move obviously, but where can it move to? It can move here and it can move there. My queen still can get out with the diagonal. So I'm going to take the pawn. Oh, that's what he's got. Rook coming here, but my king's got safety. I can move to these squares here. But if the rook does do that, we just take the knight off the board. So it's still tense. You know, just because you got a queen, it doesn't mean you've won the game. You could still get it trapped. It's gone for a sacrifice, but there's no discoveries through onto the queen. So we can take. I'm not trusting it, am I? We can take. Knight takes. I was hoping it was on a dark square. Could attack the rook and the pawn, or attack the rook and the knight. Does he have a check on our queen? No. Okay, so put a check on both of these pieces. That's like a. That's got to be platinum. That platinum. Crikey. Oh, the knight's defended. Can we not get rid of the knight? No. Attack the pawn. But then the pawn's coming down. Pawn attacks the knight, and it's passing all the way through. I don't think we want to be. Let's just bring the knight up. 2 on 1 on the pawn, obviously it's going to drop. Idea probably coming to attack the knight. So what's the deal? He gets a check on. King goes to safety, or in fact I could have just even attacked the rook. But if I go there, his knight can put a check on. So if we just go here, out of the way, stick, keep out of trouble. Simply take here on the knight as well. It's nowhere near our king, so there's no check. So I'm going to take with the queen. We're also on the rook. So we stay away from that potential. I mean, it can still jump there anyway, and we still, our knight's guarding this square, queen's ready to jump in here. Don't forget the rook is protecting, so it's always enticing to think you're going to take here. But we could look to get his rook off the board. We could go like this, with a check on his king. If the rook takes, then obviously the knight takes. And we've got this pawn that can go flying up, but might be a bit of jostling because his knight will sit there. So maybe we don't go with them apples. What about knight coming here, squishing the queen here, and then targeting this pawn? That sound like a plan? Sounds like a basic plan to me. So I'm just going to bring the knight up, looking to target this pawn, get the queen here. Simple as. Knight's protecting, so we're gonna. Oh, what has he done? If we take this pawn, he takes back with his pawn. No, that's. I'm being a bit arty there. I'm being arty. See how there's nothing protecting the knight? they've pushed this pawn because, you know, they're under threat. This knight is blocking, so we could actually take with a check on the king. Well, this started out as a really interesting game in terms of the reality of it, in, you know, in that sense of, can we, well, all I need to do now is bring it here and then it's going to be checkmate really, isn't it? Because they can take, but then we'll just go here, checkmate. Yeah. Queen comes here. Maybe the rook takes something, but say they take this. If the king can't move anyway, can move down, but we still take, and it's a checkmate because he can't go anywhere. So let's just bring the queen here. Although we could lose both knights, he could go boom, then I have to take, and then he takes, and then we take, but it's not very good for them because we just go up and up and up and up and up. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the first half was like sort of evenish in a sense. It felt, oh yeah, it's just going for that type of thing, what we just said. Okay, well, we'll just take. Just making it longer for us. And we'll take. There's no stalemates. And then as it's gone on, with the opponent seems to have given us better positions. I think it's based on the over the board games that I've just played, though, you know, realistically, believing in my own calculation and not changing it, you know, just keeping it. Yes, it is keeping it simple, and they've resigned. Interesting game. I'm going to look at the analysis. Has it finished? 2 inaccuracies, no mistakes, 1 blunder. Opponent had 3 inaccuracies and 2 blunders. So it's close enough. It's there or thereabouts. Right, so we played as black in this game against the higher opponent. Let's see what happened. See if there's any major dips. So the early part here, this felt realistic. For, you know, felt like I was playing. Whoa, what happened there? Is that showing arrows? I don't want the arrows on. Oh, inadvertently. Okay, so we brought the bishop out with castle, pushed onto the bishop, kept everything nice and simple, but not simplified. Yeah, I think there's a difference. I'm trying to get in my head, because I do like that word simple, because it's a part of the simple direct moves to remove pieces from the board, but it's not simplifying in terms of being in a bad position later on down the line. Yeah, doing simple moves to improve my position later on down the line. That's what I'm trying to say to myself. So the bishop moves back, says that's a bit of a blunder. Doesn't like that knight move. I like that knight move. I'll keep on doing that move. I know it's dropped. You know, it was minus 1.9. What is it actually saying? Knight takes c6. Boom, 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 boom. Is that right? That's not us, is it? That was for them. Can't see what move I'm on. $11. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4, so it's the move order of things, so it's saying we should have taken here first. Alright, do end up in this similar type of position quite a few times, so that might be something to throw in. I'm always so eager to just do this one there, but if this is basically saying it's improved my position, so go with the one that is furthest away from the king first, deal with that. That's what I'm kind of understanding here, and then you can look at doing this other one. Maybe probably don't like that one at all either still. All right, okay, that will stick, no problems. Bishop takes, grabs, so felt pretty safe doing this. Yeah, and I love this move. I know the computer's going, not too really sure what that is, but I like that move. What is it suggesting? So it's gone minus 0.062 plus 0.2, so it's d5. Don't know if I'm a fan of d5. What's it on about d5? Where's that going? d5, it's attacking the pawn. Does he not just push past? I'm not sure. It's looking at locking stuff down. I'm not having any of that. No. Nope, I won't be doing that. I'll stick with that one. It wasn't too major a dip. Captured. Oh yeah, greedy munching. Yeah, queen trap. Yeah, so that up to that point there was okay. You know, it's we did mention about going greedy munching, then that the queen goes to the other side of the board. It's not always a good thing. I think you have to really look to make sure that it is a free pawn. It's not saying all greedy munching queens are in bad positions. It's just you lose tempo developing your other pieces and working your team together. So that worked out quite nicely for us. Bit of a free gift. But the opponent didn't give up. That's the key thing. They didn't give up. So we still had to play and try and find the appropriate positions for our pieces. Let's see if there's any major dips going on. We attack the pawn, take the rook off the board, attack two pieces with the queen, and attack two pieces with the queen again, attack two pieces again, capture, and reposition. Knight's blocking the rook, and they have a bit of a panic on, thinking I'm not getting back rank checkmated, but it didn't make any difference in this occasion. So now we can try and squish the king, and at this point it's pretty safe sailing. So yeah, a fairly interesting game to play as a substitution for the over the board match, although realistically I think I'm going to play another 2 games, just maybe class this one as the warm-up type thing. I'm looking for one that's really going to, you know, test the metal, push me over the edge, get me all squinchy. So let's go on and see what we can do.